Good afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak. This is our video feature race of the week. This week's feature race for Saturday, July 4th. It's going to be the 8th race from Belmont Park, the Grade 1 Belmont Derby. 3-year-olds, and they're going to be traveling 10 furlongs on the inner turf course. Now, last week we got a nice value play home at Santa Anita in the Gold Cup, hard aces. Let's see if we can keep that roll going right into Belmont Park on the East Coast this weekend. Let's start with number 1, Takeover Target. This one's going to be 5-1 morning line for trainer Chad Brown. He's had 3 lifetime starts. He broke his maiden at 1 mile on turf last year. Came off of a layoff, 1 mile and a 16th this year. He won that one. And then last time, 9 furlongs on the turf. He ended up finishing second. He was beaten a neck. That was a good effort. So he's lightly raced. His speed figures are improving. He should be able to get this distance. All of his races have been over the Belmont turf course, and he looks like a solid threat from the inside. A Bolo number 2, this one's 7-2. Right, remember this one from the Triple Crown Trail. He was 3rd in the San Felipe and the Santa Anita Derby. He was 12th in the Kentucky Derby, but they always thought he was better on turf, and they put him back on the turf last time on May 29th, and he won that race under Rafael Bejarano. He's got 4 starts on the turf with 3 wins, no seconds and no thirds. So he does like the turf course, and he's probably going to go out there and possibly set the pace here. There doesn't seem to be a lot of speed. Wouldn't be surprised if he was very close throughout. And if he gets out there and gets loose on an easy pace, he could be tough to catch. Divisadero is the next one. He's number 3 at 4-1 morning line. He has 4 starts on the turf with 3 wins and a third. He beat Takeover Target last time out, and that was at Belmont Park. He's going to be more dependent of the pace than some of the others. He likes to come from off the pace, but obviously he has a lot of talent, and he'll be making his presence felt in the stretch. The 4 in here is coming in from France, Candal. This one, probably the distance is his best best asset here. 10 furlongs on turf. He has 3 starts with a win, a second, and a third. Christophe Soumian is going to come over to ride him. He's 8-1. Wouldn't be surprised if he ran a decent race in here. A Force to Pass is number 5. He's going to probably stalk or close. He's got a little bit of versatility. He's another one that's 8-1. And he's very consistent. 5 starts on turf, 3 wins, 2 seconds. But all of those races have been at a mile or shorter, 1.25 miles. We'll have to see. He's going to get tested for stamina in this spot. A Closing Bell is the 6, 20-1 morning line. He only has 2 lifetime starts for Belmont. His first start was on turf. He finished 4th, and then he broke his maiden on dirt last time out. So now he's going to move back over to the turf course. He's facing some decent horses in here, and he's really going to get tested for class. A Postulation is the 7 for Juddmonte Farms. He's been running in Ireland. He's versatile. He's gone wire to wire before. He's stalked the pace. He's closed. He has 8 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a third. So he's pretty consistent as well. And 2 starts at the 10 furlong distance with a win and a second. He comes over here as a first-time gelding. 10-1 morning line, as Candal, as we mentioned, the horse from France. Both of these horses have at least a shot to hit the board. And anytime these overseas runners show up running in these against our stakes horses from the U.S., so they always deserve some respect. Startup Nation will be next, and he was early on in his career. He won his first 2 starts. He was on my Kentucky Derby list early on, but he never really panned out. They didn't even really go for dirt. They just kept him on turf. And after his first 2 starts at Saratoga turf, where he won both of those nicely at the Spa, he hasn't won since then in 3 starts. He did finish an improved 3rd last time. He's another one like Divisadero, and even more so, I think he's really going to come from off the pace. He likes to sit back, make that late run, and I don't think there's a ton of pace in here. I don't think there's enough to set him up. I think he's a decent horse, and if you look at his record, as I said, he's 2 for 2 on the Saratoga turf course, and Saratoga is going to be starting soon, so look for him to run here, and then maybe if he shows up at Saratoga, he likes that turf course and he would offer value there. Granny's Kitten is the 9. We'll round out the field. 6-1 morning line. Julien Leparoux is going to ride. This is another one with improving speed figures like Takeover Target, and also with only 3 lifetime starts. 6 furlongs on turf, first time out, broke the maiden last year, came off the layoff, won at 9 furlongs on turf under today's rider Julien Leparoux. Then last time at 1 mile, he ended up finishing 3rd. So now he's going to stretch back out. He's got some running style versatility. Wouldn't be surprised if from that outside post in a race with not a lot of speed, Leparoux is going to want to try to get him up there and save some kind of ground. So if he can get up closer to the pace, maybe if Bolo goes, maybe he can slide over in front of some of the others and sit a decent trip. I think he is a threat in here to finish in the top 3. my top choice is going to be the 1 Takeover Target. If you look at his form in his first 2 races, he sat inside and then he pounced in the stretch. His last race, he was 3 wide on the turns. So now from post 1, ROTW should be able to save all the ground and run just like he did in his first 2 races. And I think he's got a big shot to win this one because he could sit the right trip. The 2 Bolo will be my second choice because I think he is the one to catch in here. He should get a firm turf course. It's looking like it's going to be partly sunny and 77. It's been dry the last couple of days at Belmont, so I think that he gets that firm turf that he likes. The pace could be slower. He could hang around a long time. And then Granny's Kitten is going to be my third choice in this spot. As I mentioned, lightly raced and improving speed figures and should be part of the pace. This is how we're going to play this race. We're going to make a $20 win wager on Takeover Target. We're going to play a $5 exacta. We're going to put Takeover Target on top of Bolo and Granny's Kitten. Then we're going to come back and we'll play a $5 exacta with Bolo and Granny's Kitten on top of Takeover Target. $40 in total wagers there. And you can follow Horse Racing Nation and Derby Wars on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook. If you go over to derbywars.com for Saturday, July 4th, we have a big $20,000 game featuring races from Belmont and Monmouth Park. In Belmont Park, they have stakes races from races 6 through 11. They are all stakes races at Belmont on Saturday, so there's going to be a lot of good stakes action from New York. And if you also go over to pick6blog.com, I'm going to do that late pick 4 from Belmont Park. It's an all stakes pick 4 at Belmont for Saturday, July 4th. And that'll be, you can see the tickets that I'm going to post there over at pick6blog.com. That'll wrap up this week's video. We'll be back next week with another stakes race from across the country.